Yo, 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 what's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. So, I'm actually trying this on YouTube and Twitter on X, so I want to see if this actually ends up working out. For those of you who are on YouTube, let me know if you can hear me correctly. And those of you who are on X, if you are on X, you can also chat, I think. If I click multi-stream. Wow. So I think I can send on both. Let me just let the Discord know that I'm live. All right. Let me check X quick and see if it works. And you know what? Let me put this hat on. I've got a little bit of hat head right now. All right, so starting off with the daily chart, let's see where we're at. Oh, that's the weekly chart, my bad. So daily chart is obviously bullish here. We're making lower high or higher highs and higher lows. And I think what's going to happen here is we're going to sweep these equal highs today and we're going to tap into this 4-hour gap. So that's super important for me to see. Another thing I will note, guys, Bitcoin is trading at 103 and Tesla is actually very close to that 3-month, the monthly fair value gap that I was talking about. So I actually think if you want to take a bet here or a gamble, then I would suggest if you did long here, well, I'm not suggesting this, but you can do whatever you want. But I do have a strong feeling that we are going to hit this monthly fair value gap. So from here, if you wanted to do a 1-to-1 or a little bit more than a 1-to-1 risk to reward to this 303 level, maybe keep your stop down here at 289, give or take. I think this has a good chance of pumping us all the way up to this monthly fair value gap today. So we'll see what happens with it. But that is the idea here. Okay, let me see something quick. Also, something to note, guys, is we have a ton of FOMC members today. So be aware of that. And yeah, so let's see what we get today. We don't really have any news, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to be looking for as far as a structured setup. But so far, I do really like this data high that popped up here. So let me delete this quick off my charts. We've already swept London high. We've already swept London low. So I like that we've already swept London liquidity. The first standard deviation is right before these equal highs, and the second standard deviation is right above the 4-hour gap. So ideally, I'd like to see something that tags this today. Maybe we see some kind of messaging from FOMC members that drives us higher. We'll see. Do want to check something though real quick. All right, good, good, good. I'm just checking the live stream on X. Happy to see that it's working. All right. Let me check something quick. Oh, I can't chat on X. Interesting. Okay, let me check the rest of the market quick. All right, yeah, so again, not financial advice, guys, and I did sell puts in the community on this, but I think we're going to 303 probably today. Random pump for no apparent reason, but it's really just to rebalance things, in my opinion. SOXL up to 14, Riot up to 8.8. Let's see if there's anything we can sell some puts on. That's what I'm really looking to do, to be honest. Walmart on the 4-hour chart. Wow, Walmart is actually selling off. I don't like this structurally to the upside, though. I do want to see this eventually push into this gap. Maybe we can sell a put on Walmart to target this 4-hour gap. I think that's going to be pretty good. Or this, yeah, it's a 4-hour gap. So we'll see about that. Anything else? If we get a massive sell-off on Palantir, guys, I am going to be opening a short on this company. If we do get this. On the weekly chart, we have this fair value gap on Palantir. And if we do close below it on the weekly, meaning a close below 98.99, I am going to take a short targeting this gap right here, this sell-side liquidity, and ultimately this sell-side liquidity and the gap here in the 40s. So we'll see what happens with that. Looking at NQ here, I still want to see us push up into this 4-hour gap, but how we get there is going to be the question. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for here for a long, but I do think that we're going to push today. I need to see some FOMC members speak. Maybe what we can do is come down and sweep this data low right here. I don't know what this news was. There was no real news. It wasn't Red Folder. It was probably the FOMC members speaking. But if we can sweep this data low today and then get a massive inverse fair value gap, I'll look to target this data high above us right here, which formed at 726, whatever the Fed speaker said. Then I'll look over to see if I can get a trade into these equal highs and then into that 4-hour gap. And obviously structurally, the daily chart makes it look like this is a pretty strong possibility. ES performing pretty much the exact same way. We're in an ES new week opening gap. Interesting. So ES rejected its new week opening gaps, but let me see if there's anything on. Yeah, so we're just bouncing out of this new week opening gap as well. I think this is going to be enough to push us up. So we'll see if we get a setup. But even looking at this structurally, I don't see any like really good gaps yet. I want to see a stronger liquidity sweep, maybe a trade into these fair value gaps, and then a nice inversion. I will be careful because there is no news today, guys, just a heads up, but we will see what happens. HIMS is down 3%. Interesting. I'm going to keep crypto on my charts at all times today because I want to see Bitcoin pass 104 again. I want to see if we can hit all-time highs by the end of today or maybe in the weekend session. Wow. Facebook to enable crypto payments for their 3 billion users. Okay, so no liquidity sweeps yet, but if we can get some kind of a move down below 830, maybe tap into midnight's fair value gap right here, I think that's going to be a nice area to look for a long. We'll target the equal highs, we'll target that data high, and then we'll target higher as well. Keep checking out Tesla here just to make sure it's still ripping. Okay, Tesla's going, guys. It's about to hit that 303 level that I just talked about. So if you want to take this, you can still take this long if you want. High risk now that it's already pumping like this, but all of the sold puts that we have on this are doing lovely. So I love to see that. We are up, wow, almost 50% on the June 6th puts that we sold. I'm up $1,500 on the day on Tesla. That's a good trade. See if I can show this without showing too much shit. Hope you can see that. 1,500. Well, it's kind of blurry, but it's right there. 14 something. All right, anyways, I don't need to shoot. It doesn't matter. All right. So what am I looking for again on Tesla? Evan says, I believe you. Well, I appreciate that. I think, like I said before, I don't know how far into this monthly gap we're going to go, but I do believe that probably the 50% will come at some point. Not today, but I think at minimum, bro, my connection keeps getting disconnected on TradingView and I don't know why. Let me check my other laptops. Hold on. Yeah, nothing is connected. Very interesting. No news today, Jay. It's FOMC members speaking. I am going to try and sweep along, though. I want to target this data high and the equal highs in the 4-hour gap. So I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of a driver that brings us up here. I'm just waiting to see where and why we'll get it here. I'm looking to see if there's some kind of an SMT divergence between ES and NQ, which right now ES did sweep its internal low right here and NQ did not. If you can see here, there is an SMT, but not really a fair value gap. There is a tiny 1-minute inversion here, but not good enough for me to take, really. Yes, I only count red folder as news. Unless there's a very obvious target and we have like home sales, pending home sales, then sometimes that can be good enough. And that's orange folder. But right now, these are my draws on liquidity. So I'm looking for an excuse to get up to there, but there's not really anything that's like an A+ driver. If this 5-minute inverses, though, we could try this. I think this is pretty decent. Target this high for our first TP. And then target the equal highs and the 4-hour gap for our second and third TP. So I think this is possible today. And it also continues with that thesis that Tesla is going to push past 303. But obviously Tesla is far outperforming the market right now. You can see Tesla's up 5%. Huge move up here, basically no drawdown. Exactly where I want it to go. If you guys, again, not financial advice, but I am fairly certain that Tesla's going to hit that 303 level today. I was talking about it down here when we had this big push above 295. A 1-for-1 here, or almost a little bit more, targeting the 303 level. I would even maybe go a little lower than this, like allow for a rebalance into this fair value gap, or if you want, wait for the test of this fair value gap and then go long, but this is probably going to come today. If not today, on Monday. Bitcoin's still pushing nicely here. Love to see that. I'm just going to keep this on my chart on the hourly just so we can see it. But yeah, nothing A+ yet to the upside, so we'll see what we get. By the way, Evan, are you on, you guys are on YouTube, right? Because I now have, I'm dual streaming this. I have it on YouTube and on X. So I'm curious to see what it looks like. If somebody sees this on X, this is the first time I'm streaming on X, let me know if you can see that, if you can comment. Also, to answer your question from yesterday, I'm in Dodgy's free Discord. Oh, so I don't get calls. I can't watch him, but I'm pretty sure he shares his screen in Discord and does live callouts. Yeah, he's a pretty good trader. I like him. Okay, big pump here. We're pushing above potentially this 1 and this 5-minute gap. If both of these close above, I think this is going to hit this data high. In fact, I think it's probably going to do it now. Damn. So many alerts. So we got 2 minutes till the close. I'm probably going to try this long with a smaller size position. I think it's good enough. We got 1 minute till the 5-minute close, so I'm probably going to try this, guys, targeting the data highs and then the equal highs. I think it's good enough to try. Looks pretty good, but I need to see the 5-minute inverse, obviously, which we have not seen yet. And so far we've touched into this 1 minute and rejected after, I think, sweeping this high. Oh, not quite. But I really need to see this 5-minute inverse before taking the long. Twitter Live is delayed worse than YouTube. Oh no, that's not good. Guys, if you're in the stream, make sure you like it. It helps the algos. I think the boss just came in, bro, because there's 18 viewers on X. I try to make the latency lag the same on each. Okay, so no inverse above the 5 yet. If we can get a close above the 5-minute inversion and the 1 minute, then this is going to be a long. And I would take a partial at this data high, but we do, again, have the 1 standard deviation above us over here. And then we also have the equal highs up here. So I'd like to see both of those levels get hit. I know it's hard to see this on X, but Evan, how many people does it say are watching on X? Because there's like 20 viewers right now, apparently. I don't know if it just if it's just a glitch. How do I pin this? Let me pin to profile. Okay, so no close above yet, but we should get one soon. Let's see. All right. So we got 4 minutes until the inversion happens here. But I think that we'll probably get... Wow, okay, so Tesla is at that 303 level we just called out. I still want to see it touch higher here, but it is at the 303 level. There it is. All right, 304. So we're pushing even more on Tesla. Beautiful to see. And once this 1 minute and 5-minute inverse, guys, I am going to take a long to target this high and then the equal highs. Beautiful push on Tesla, though. You guys would have banked if you would have taken this. I am probably going to be selling some covered calls against my Tesla shares in this area. I want to see how we react to this monthly gap. But if we can push higher, I think we are going to go up to that 338 level, the mean threshold. Nice. And then we'll see what happens from there. I got to be careful. Now there's a lot of people on this stream. Damn. Okay, so we're going to push above this 1 minute, hopefully, and then I'm going to look for a long. I'm going to enter a long up to this data high. $23,000 posts. I've had Twitter since 2020, but I didn't know it was that many. All right, so let's see if we get the inversion here. I'm gonna try it on the 1 minute because even though the 5 minute hasn't closed above, it pretty much looks like it's going to here. So let's see what we get. Is there a 2 minute inverse too? No. So I like this, guys. I'm willing to try this, and then I'm actually gonna target my secondary target will be up here at the equal highs. So I'll try this with 2. Anybody gonna take this long? I mean, it meets every criteria I need. I want the daily to be making higher lows and higher highs. We have this daily order block that formed. We traded into discount. So yeah, I think this is a good potential area for longs. But I need to see this inverse close above, obviously. Which so far has not done. So until it does, we will not enter this long. And we have just under a minute until the 5 minute close. So if you guys want, I don't think this is a terrible entry either. Let's see if we get the close above though. Okay, I think I'm gonna enter one contract here. And my TP is going to be up here at the data highs. And my stop loss is going to be below this order block. So we'll see what happens here. I don't think you can really see this on Twitter, on X. No, it doesn't show on X, but I am in a long right now. So this will be the first try. All right, that was a stop out. Damn, that was unfortunate. So we never got the close above the 1. I entered early because the 5 minute looked really good to me. And it still does, but we'll see if we get another entry. If the 1 minute inverses, that'll be my second entry. And if that doesn't work, then I'll be done. But I think that was a pretty good entry anyways. Dude, Tesla's at 305. Let's go. Okay, so if we form an OB here and close above the 1, it's going to be another entry for me. Oh, Evan, I know why I have 23,000 posts. The reason I have 20... Well, actually, I can't tell you this on live stream. I'll tell you later. Remind me to tell you on Discord. All right, this looks like it's going to pump here. All right, I'm going to enter one more time here. And I'm going to target the buy side liquidity up here. And then hopefully we can leave runners. I mean, I can't here in this situation, but if I had two contracts, I would leave a runner up to the equal highs. So let's see if we can get a push up to this data high here. It looks good, so I think it should. But we'll see if it gives us problems. We do have an FOMC member, a bunch of FOMC members speaking today, so don't be surprised if we get some chop, but this looks like a good 1 minute inversion to me. I wish there was a way to show the entries and exits on X. Wow, this is crazy. We did close above, right? Oh, we didn't get a close above. I thought that was a close above, but it's not. But that's okay. I still think this is coming, so I'm not too concerned about it. There's the close above on the 1 minute. So technically that's the entry, not this one. I messed up, but either way. Daily looks pretty strong here. I'd love to see the high of yesterday get hit today. So if you want, you can even move your TP higher than this. I think if it's going to pump, it's going to go higher than that, but we'll see. So I'd like to see it consolidate in this 1 minute gap and then just get a random push. I'm going to give this trade a little bit more room to breathe because I don't know what they're going to try and do here. Maybe they'll sweep it and then go higher. So I'm going to give it a little bit more room to breathe. And I'm actually going to target the equal highs. Increase my RR here. So even if this data high gets swept, I'm going to leave the trade and I'm going to target the equal highs. And of course, when they do hit, I will move my stop to break even. And hopefully not get stopped out. Not when this data high gets hit, I will move my stop to break even. And I'll hold them to the equal highs. I think they're going to do the thing where they close it back below and then they close it back above afterwards. We also have that 5 minute inversion that we closed above, so hopefully they hold this. Oops. Yeah, they're really making this tough today, but I still think that these data highs are going to hit. It's just a matter of how they do it. They're making it tough for people. Wow. So if we do get a 5 minute close back below the 5 minute inverse, what I'm going to do is move my stop just a few ticks below the low that forms here. So like, let's say that this is the low and we close below the 5. I will move my stop like to right here and hold it in preparation for it to come down, sweep it one more time, and then go up. So far, a pretty decent reaction there, which I like to see. Did ES sweep its internal low? No, it didn't, but we'll see what happens here. I still think this is going up. I think this is just manipulation before they drive it higher. So no close below on the 5 yet. Two minutes left until this candle closed. Let's see what happens. So do you hear what I said again, guys? If the 5 minute does close below this FEG, I will look at this wick and I will put my stop just a few ticks below the wick that forms. Because sometimes what they do here, they'll close it below, they'll fake people out to the downside, they'll come down, sweep this wick by a few ticks, and then they'll drive it back up to the data highs. That's my thesis here. So we will see if that ends up happening. 30 seconds until the 5 minute close. Let's see what happens. So far, it is still holding. All right, so they're still holding the 5, so that's an okay sign too. Don't be surprised if they come down and sweep this low. Maybe they drive it into this and then go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep my stop below the 1 minute fair value gap here. And I might even add a secondary position in here if we get it. I'm feeling risky today. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Did ES sweep its internal low? Yeah, so there is technically an SMT right now with ES. We'll see if it holds. I doubt it, but I'm guessing that this 1 minute is going to come and then maybe they'll drive it higher from there. Do 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 do. Dude, Tesla's still pumping. Let's go. So the reason I move my stop down here is because I want to allow for this 1 minute gap to get traded into. Did ES trade it? So ES already traded into its 1 minute gap. Honestly, I kind of want to add here, but I'm not going to. Uh-oh. All right, there's a stop out. So probably I may take one more trade today, but we'll see what happens. I don't like the fact that this inverse, then we came back down. So unless we get some kind of a crazy new inversion in this leg of price, I will not be taking anything. We'll see. But I still want these 4 targets. Anyone taking any trades today? If we do end up getting a tag back into midnight and 8:30, that's possible, but I still think this is just a fake move to go higher eventually. One L on crude oil. Yeah. Like I said earlier, guys, today is an eval day, and we know why. Who can tell me why it's an eval day? I said it earlier in the stream, but let's see if somebody can remember. Why is today an eval day? Whoever gets it right, I said it earlier in the stream. Nah, I won't even give anything. Just see if you can remember. Yep, exactly, Evan. No news. Look at this news today. First of all, not only that there's just no news, there are FOMC members speaking all day. The last time I seen this happen, who knows? Long time ago. So this is definitely a day for eval or paper trading. It is extremely high risk to be trading with a live account on a day like this. This is another one we can try here. I'll try this on eval. I have a couple evals that I'm willing to blow, but I don't think this is a blow account type of trade. I mean, it's not if you manage your risk, obviously. And then the equal highs are what I would target, to be honest. Even though we have this little one above us, I think if this liquidity gets swept like it is now, we're trading into this bullish gap. If this inverses, then this should be a pretty good trade. Again, guys, be careful. Don't trade this on real accounts if you don't want to risk your real money, because today is a tough day. All those FOMC members speaking, it's just not worth it, in my opinion. Let's see what premiums I can get for selling covered calls today on Tesla. If I sold the 350 covered calls on my positions. Oh, shoot. Hold on. TSLA. All right, hold on one second. And this 5-minute inversion looks pretty good too. If we sweep the data low too, guys, then that might be a good spot to go long as well. So we'll see what happens here. I'm not really like married to the data lows hitting yet, but it's possible that they hit. Can you like this stream on X? Anybody who's on X, leave a comment in the chat. I'm convinced it's all bots watching, but let's see. If I wanted to sell the 350 calls on Tesla, could get $705 for 28 days out. That's not too bad. Yeah, I'm convinced all these people are bots in the chat. Oh my god. Excuse me. Okay, so we're filling the new week opening gap, trading into this 1-minute gap. I still think that there's opportunities for bullishness today, but we need to see another major liquidity sweep, probably like this low, and then maybe we get the setup from down here. Whoops, sorry. I'm gonna get canceled by accidentally opening a text message thread on here that I shouldn't be. Yes, my bias is bullish, guys. Guys, I need to know, for the 29 people that are in here, I think a bunch of them are on X, somebody leave a comment. Somebody leave a comment in the chat saying that you are here from X, not Evan. Because I want to see if there's actually human beings watching this on X or if it's all bots. I'm convinced it's bots, but I will say, guys, we have this very bearish fair value gap on the daily that we could easily reject from, which we actually are rejecting from right now. But I'm still willing to see strong PA here push us higher. It's just a matter of how. So we'll see what happens here, but I do still like longs. I just need to see an A+ IFVG. I'd love to see this data low get swept, and then maybe if this closes above, let's say we get an IFVG here, that would be the long setup, and we could target the equal highs. That's a 7-to-1 RR. Yeah, it looks like everyone in X is a bot. Also, guys, if you're watching, make sure you like the stream. It helps out a lot. Okay, so if this closes above, guys, I do love this for a long. I think it looks pretty darn good. What are they saying that's causing this dump right now? Yeah, so the data lows got swept. Now we can look for a long. I want to see if there's anything bullish here, though. Not a huge fan of the rejection here after this hourly got hit. Hourly BPR, retrade into it, inverse head and shoulders. Don't like that structure, to be honest. How are Mara and CleanSpark up 8% and Riot is only up 1.8%? Makes zero sense. Okay, so I'm going to wait for the next 5-minute candle to form. But if we get a 5-minute bearish fair value gap here and we can close above it, I will try this long. I think that's a very good setup. Targeting the data highs, but I'm not just going to hold to the data highs. I'm holding up to the equal highs. I'll partial in the data highs on eval, but that's it. But I want to hold for a bigger move here. I think that's definitely possible. I just need to see structure change to the upside here. We got another 5 minutes till this candle close, so we'll see what happens. But I really do like this. Guys, if you're in the stream, make sure you like the stream. It helps the algos a lot. There's 31 people watching this and only 2 likes on YouTube. That's crazy. That's blasphemy. Okay, so if the 5-minute inverses to the upside here, this is going to be my second and only trade. Or third and only trade, sorry. And again, guys, this is all, I don't really feel like mentioning this again, but it's all eval today because of the fact that there's no red folder news and there's FOMC speakers all day. On a normal day, guys, this would have worked. This 1 minute inversion would have worked to the upside, along with the 5 minute inversion. We should have targeted the data highs and equal highs, but because of these Fed speakers, they're manipulating the market, driving it lower, violating all the bearish PD arrays. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if we go all the way back up today just because of the volatility that these news or these Fed speakers bring, FOMC speakers. Okay, let's see if we get to push up. Complete rejection. Where is the possibility that we're going here? Let me see if there's any drivers. I mean, I don't see anything that we could, I mean, we could target this low for sure, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of shorting today. Even though this is probably going to hit now, I'm not a huge fan of shorting this. There's no setup either, so. Even here, guys, there are no short setups. There is a 3 minute tiny fair value gap there that you could have shorted on that like a price, but I don't see why you would. It just makes no sense. Today's price action is really bad. Okay, so there's some sell side here. This is another opportunity to go long, in my opinion. If we do this, right, we just swept sell side liquidity, we sweep even more liquidity, and then we get a really nice inversion here, then I would take this long. I would move my stop to break even probably at the mean threshold of this fair value gap, and then just let it ride. This looks pretty darn good to me. So I'd like to see this liquidity get swept as well. Keep these fair value gaps on the 1 minute, and then we can look for a long setup. I'm still not convinced this is fully bearish. We might just be coming down to stop out liquidity here, and then I want these equal highs in the 4-hour gap. This is just like consolidation before I move higher. We'll see, though. This is an inverse head and shoulders, kind of. But I don't really care about that so much. Okay, so we swept the sell side liquidity, which I'd love to see. Daily pin bar doesn't look ideal here. And another kind of pin bar forming, but we'll have to see what happens with this daily candle. Still no close above there, so I'm just waiting. Yeah, if we can get a close above on the 2 and the 3 here, I think this will be a great long. Oh, we forgot to turn on the lights, bruh. Or are they on? Oh, they're on. They're just terribly... They're not even... Well... Okay, so pretty decently bullish reaction here. Let's see what happens. do, 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 do. Okay, so again, guys, if this 2-minute and this 3-minute inverse, I am going to try along. So I'll redraw this. I want to see the 2 and the 3 close, though. If they both don't close, I won't be taking it. Hopefully the entry is around here, and then our TP, I'm going to take the data highs and the equal highs. It's going to be an all-day hold if it happens, pretty much. Unless it just randomly starts pumping like crazy. Yeah, and I like that there's no 5-minute inversion here or 15. This looks good if we can get it. Hopefully we do. Otherwise, we're going to be sitting here not doing much. Immediate rejection, which I obviously don't like. Yeah. Try and clean this up. I know some people that just like come onto the stream randomly and they see 1,000,001 lines and boxes and things. They're like, what the hell's going on? Don't want to make it too confusing. Okay, so 2 inversions here, the 2 and the 3. If they both close above, I want to see a purple box close above here on the 2 and the 3. That's going to be my long entry. And then I'm going to target the data highs as my first take profit, and then the equal highs as my second TP. And the stop loss is going to be a 3-minute close back below the 3-minute fair value gap. So I want to see the stop loss be down here around on the 3-minute. So we will see. Let's see if we get it. Oh. All right, wait 1 second, guys. I think my cleaning lady might be here. Let me check. Hold on. All right. Sorry for the dog barking. So I still like bullishness here, potentially though. Wouldn't put it past the market makers to drive us all the way back up. Bitcoin at 102. What else is performing nicely? Just Tesla. Exactly what I said, guys. We're trading into that monthly fair value gap, and we're immediately rejecting. So I will likely sell covered calls here on Tesla expiring in the next 21 days. Probably target the 350 level. Get some decent premium on those. ASML not doing so well. What other top performers are there here? Celsius up 5%. Good to see. Ride up, Enphase up. CrowdStrike down. All right, interesting. Okay, so now we just wait, guys. This is basically the change in the state of delivery I want to see. I want to see this 2-minute and this 3-minute inverse to the upside, targeting the buy side liquidity, targeting the data highs right here. In fact, let me label it data high so you can see it. And yeah, and then the equal highs after that. Okay, potential OB forming here too, which is good to see. Okay, I like this reaction. Again, I want to see a 3-minute close and a 2-minute close above. We might even be okay with waiting for the 2 to be on, or the 3 to be honest. How does a 5-minute look? And there's a very small 5-minute here too. Move our stop to break even when this 5-minute hits. Could even wait for, we can even take the 2 if you guys want. What the heck? Okay, guys, I think this is going to be a good long. We got 1 minute left until the 3-minute closes above. Okay, no close above yet. All right, there's the close above. I am going to enter here. Stop loss is going to be down here as a hard stop, and I'm going to keep my first TP at data highs, and then the second TP at equal highs, and just hope for a home run here. Get a full-blown reversal in the day. That would be really nice. If you guys want to move your stop to break even here, you can. I'm not going to. Probably at the new week opening gap if we get it. Maybe midnight opening price. But until then, I'm not touching it. Very nice so far. Up 500, give or take. Just on eval here, boys and girls. But I think it's a great trade. So if it was any other day, this would be a live account trade for sure. Two-minute just closed above, and the 1-minute closed above it. All it's an inversion, so how can you not take this? Boop, boop, doo, 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 doo. Her name's Lila, but we call her Lulu. You guys can hear her barking in the background, right? And the 5-minute inverse. Like, if this is not, this is the definition of an A plus setup. Liquidity sweep, and then a liquidity sweep after a liquidity sweep, so a secondary one. Close above the 5-minute, close above the 3-minute, close above the 2-minute. Like, how, if this fails, guys, this is just the definition of a reason of why you shouldn't be trading on this type of day. But this is ridiculous. Like, this is an A plus setup. Gonna move my stop to low of day. Also, if you guys are in the stream and you are enjoying, make sure you like. There's 7 people watching on YouTube, 30 or 28 people watching on X. Make sure you guys like the stream. If you guys really want to manage risk on this, you can move your stop as a close below the 5-minute inversion and the 3-minute. But I'm going to keep mine at low of day or close to it here, because this really should rocket. We should at minimum rebalance this 5-minute gap right here and then hopefully go higher. I'd like to see all of this get completely filled back to the upside here. Dun, 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 dun. Dodgy's taking the same trade. He's on the 3-minute. Yeah, literally exactly what I took. That's funny. And he's probably saying the same thing. He's like, if this fails, this is the exact reason why you shouldn't be taking this on a live account on a day like this with FOMC members speaking. It's pretty simple. Okay, so what I'd love to see here is another order block to form. Close above here. If you guys want a partial here, you can, but I don't think it's worth it. I think if this is going to rip through this, we're going to go way higher. FOMC members are haters, bro. They're account killers. That's what they are. But this is the okay, if I could, for all of you watching this stream right now, if I could tell you the definition of an A plus setup, it's this. For a variety of reasons. Number one, major sell side liquidity sweep. Number two, this is a manipulation leg, right? We have this low that people thought, oh, let me long this. It gets swept. Then we sweep the liquidity with that liquidity sweep. So liquidity sweep here, right? This low gets swept. This is what I show on all my YouTube shorts. This low gets swept with these candles. Meanwhile, also sweeping a major major sell side liquidity. Then we get an inversion. On the 2-minute, the inverse happened. On the 3-minute, the inverse happened. On the 5-minute, the inverse happened. If this was a day where FOMC members were not speaking, I would be longing this on all my accounts. Cash, funded, evals, whatever you want to do. A lot of the times I would move my stop to break even here, but because I'm on eval, I'm going to be holding because I think that this has the potential to come back down, stop people out again, and then go higher. But yeah, I think for sure at minimum this is hitting, and then I think we're going to go, honestly, I think we're going to go back up to the data highs and the equal highs today if we're lucky. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. Also, the 50% of this leg is another good place to potentially move your stops. So right here is another target. So if you guys want a partial here, you can. But this is an amazing trade in my opinion. This is as good as it gets. Type 1 in the chat if you understand why this is an A+ setup. Even I'm talking to all the Twitter bots too. If you're an XAI bot and you hear what I'm saying, type 1 in the chat. All right, good. Everyone understands why it's an A+ setup. Just 3-bar reversal though. Nobody else understands, huh? Telling you, the shit that I do is this is for free. It's pretty mind-blowing that I do this for free on YouTube, but I will keep doing it. So funny to see all the Tesla accounts on X posting, Tesla's pumping, what did I miss? It's nothing to do with the fundamentals, it's purely technical. Yeah, but I don't know what's going on, Tristan, but it's slowed down tremendously over the last, like, I don't know, 4 months, 3 months. It's a hiccup in the road, I guess. Greg, what's up? Good morning, sir. No, I did not take any puts this morning. Justin, jobless losers declared a truce on Tesla vehicles. Yeah, that's probably it. But I did call out a long on Tesla today. Greg M, I said to you guys that we were going to balance this monthly fair value gap when we were down here at 295. And you can see we got a very nice push from that 295 level all the way up to 303. And I did close out a long on Tesla at $303.87, or 94 cents, sorry. It's a $1,500 trade, which was super nice. And I have some sold puts on Tesla that I'm going to be closing out. But they're 200 puts, so I think I'm just going to hold them to expiration. But we'll see. Okay, so we just missed that high. But I think this is all just manipulation. Any wicks here trying to stop out traders. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get a full-blown reversal today. I will be moving my stop to break even, though, once this 50% level hits. I like that we're kind of wicking here on the daily chart, too. It's a decent sign. I'm like, wait, maybe I know. Uh-oh. Somebody just bought $10 million worth of SPY 540 puts. Okay, so there is the 5-minute fair value gap right there. If you guys want a partial here, you're welcome to. I personally am not, though. I'm not moving my stop to break even either. If this was a live account, I would probably increase my stop, so I'd bring it a little bit higher here. But I'm not going to. For the sake of the video, I will do it the way that I'm doing it. 50% level is another spot where you can partial. In fact, I suggest this more than this 5-minute. But if we get a big green candle here that tags into this 50%, this is a good place to partial as well. But I would love to see a full-blown reversal here on the day. This is kind of like that inverse head and shoulders pattern that we love to see. Perfect excuse to just make the market run randomly when a Fed speaker says something that people believe is bullish, but it's all algorithms. Can't express that enough. So I'd love to see a very bullish green candle here. Maybe we can, if you guys want, we can book 50% profits here. I'd rather not, to be honest, but maybe I guess we'll do it for the stream. And that way we can reduce our risk a little bit. And then I'll target the data highs for my second TP. Oops. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Once this 50% gets tagged, I'll book half the profits, and then we will leave the rest to heaven, if we can get it. And this way I can lock in some profits, and then I'm basically playing with free money on the day. Everyone understands what this level is here. You draw Fibonacci from the low, or from the high to the low, or low to high, whatever you want, and that is the 50% level. So the algorithms like to spike price up to 50% of a leg. That's the reason I have my TP there. And let's see if we get it. You can see here the daily candle is flipping bullish again, which is a decent sign. Greg, Tesla's been running. I wonder why. They haven't been having good earnings. No, they have not, as far as their car sales. But again, I've said this so many times. If you guys are in Tesla for car sales, you shouldn't be in Tesla. Guys, if you're in the stream, make sure you like the stream. I see 35 people in here between X and YouTube. YouTube's only got 5 likes. That's pretty pathetic, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Did we hit our sell limit there? Not quite. We missed the 50% by a tick. Up 1,500. Let's see if we can lock in 800 of it, give or take. Bang. Wait, what? Did it not hit our sell order? All right, there we go. I'm gonna move my stop to around a $700 loss, so that this is basically a free trade here, guys. And I'm gonna hold this all the way up to TP, which will be a $3,000 win for a $700 loss, and this is a free trade. So can't get better than that. If you guys aren't liking the stream, seeing this A+ setup that I literally called right before it happened, don't know what to tell you. But I will be right back. I think actually I don't know if she's here yet, but I'll be right back, guys. And we can literally just hold this all day. This is the best part about trading, is that if you do it right and you manage risk, again, I already booked 800 profits here, so even if the market comes all the way against me here by one contract, this is still going to be a profitable trade. And we can add, even if we want, we can add to this position as the market goes up. If we displace above the 50%, that's going to be a sign to me that we're going to come back up to these highs. And so let's say we come up here and get some pullbacks, we can add to this position, and then we'll take some profits at the data highs, some at the equal highs, and some at the 4-hour gap if we're lucky enough to get it. So I don't know what else to tell you guys. That I literally said it from the second it happened. This is the definition of an A+ setup. Here is why, and then I executed. So hold on one second. I'll be right back. Appreciate you, Tristan. Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, you can leave it in the chat, but this is the definition of patience and disciplined trading. And a lot of people, and I used to do this, I'm guilty of it in the past as well. You want to book profits, right? You want to lock in profits. I understand that. But this has the potential, and you'll see this over time. If you study the markets and you keep trading, you will see what trades have the potential to make full-blown reversals. And I'm telling you right now, this is one of those days where we have the potential to get a full-blown reversal. You have to be comfortable with holding positions and keeping your stop losses below your entries. And the beautiful part of being able to lock in a portion of your profits, like I've done, is that now, even if I lose this trade, meaning even if this reverses against me now that the 50% is hit, I will still make profits on the day if this comes down below here. If you guys are a little bit more comfortable, you can like move your stop a little higher, like here, but then you get risked a trade back into this 5-minute inversion. But yeah, this is a free trade now. So no matter what happens, I will book profits on this. Maybe we'll move it a little bit lower, right below this wick, because there is a small chance that we come down, sweep that wick, and then go higher. But yeah. Potentially the 9 a.m. highs, yeah, it's possible. But we'll see what happens. Baby, I know. Yeah, that doesn't matter to me. 3-bar reversal. Don't pay attention to candles seeming heavy or seeming slow. It's all nonsense. All that matters is how the candle closes. Not about the speed, nothing. All of that is designed to create FOMO and to get people to get out of their trades. So like this right here, could this drive us back down? Yes. I'm not claiming it is or isn't, but just because it's speeding down like this does not give me any indication of whether or not that's a good or bad trade. So, or whether it's like not a good or bad trade, or whether it's for sure going to happen or not. In fact, when I'm bullish, I'd rather see big red candles because it's kind of like inducement to get people to go short, generate more liquidity, stop them out, and continue the market higher. I'm like, wait, baby, I know. No. I haven't had a trade like this in a minute, too. I remember back in the day, before Trump got into office, we were getting these nice 3-minute inversions at low of day pretty regularly, and we were holding big winners. But yeah. Exactly, Tristan. It's true. I have some pretty smart friends too, and I try to explain to them that these markets are booked and that you have to learn how these markets move, and it's not buying and selling pressure, and their egos don't allow them to believe it. Even when they see me doing this shit time and time again. They're like, but you're just getting lucky. How many times can you do something before it gets lucky? I just don't get it. The ego is an amazing thing. You can have an extremely high IQ, but if you don't allow yourself to accept something, you'll never learn. So again, guys, I have booked 800 here, so even if this hits, this will still be a $200 win for me, so I do not care. Okay, let's check on the rest of the market here. Tesla back at that 301 level. Again, guys, on this monthly this monthly fair value gap that I talked about, we could go anywhere in this leg of price. So I'm not expecting this to fully close above, but I'm actually going to make a video on this. If Tesla is able to close above this monthly fair value gap, oh my God, you guys are going to see Tesla move so quick, and it's going to go probably past 480, 550, even higher. So we'll see what happens with this one. But this is obviously a very strong resistance for Tesla, and I'm not going to be full-blown bullish on Tesla until we get a monthly close above this. So if the month of May is super bullish and we close above this, get ready for the highs to come again. And then we'll see what happens with Tesla. Another position that we've been bullish on, I've been buying this from the 360 to, or sorry, from the 650 to the 620 level. And we are pretty we're pretty bullish on this right now, and I think at minimum we're going to see these two internal highs, maybe this third one as well, the 4-hour fair value gap or the daily fair value gap here. So I'm looking for between 780 and 811.72 on ASML. If you guys don't know about this stock, it's a conglomerate. They're like a monopoly on chip lithography. So not really like what NVIDIA does. You can look up lithography and see what it's all about, but this company's been around since like 96. Very, very bullish on this company for the long term. We also bought HIMS in the 20s at these trend lines and sold puts. So we're up over 100% right now on these, or at one point we were at like 53, I think. So that was awesome to see. And yeah. Anybody in this long with me right now? Wow, 10 people watching with 10 likes. That's good to see. Good to frickin' see. Also, this is a record. No one's in this long. Ahmad's in. Wait, is that S. Ahmad M? Is this Med? I have a friend who's named Med Ahmad. Unless it's somebody else. Yeah, the 50% was an amazing target. I think it's going to go higher, though. No, I don't think this is the right Med. S. Ahmad M. Do you live in Thousand Oaks, California? Or is that not the right person? I'm going to explain this one more time for you guys that are curious. Why did I want this long? And why did I view it as A+? Number one, I showed this in every single one of my YouTube shorts, guys. Every single one. You're looking for a few things. Number one, oh, you're different, Ahmad. Okay. Number one, you're looking for a liquidity sweep. This wick is where a bunch of people had their stop losses, right? When they went long on this leg of price, their stop loss was below this low. So we come down and sweep the liquidity. That's the first thing I'm looking for. Number two, I'm looking for a bearish fair value gap to get violated. So in this case, well, I'll explain that in a second. But secondly, guys, we had another manipulation leg. So this is that sell side on the hourly. We formed a low here. We came up and swept it with displacement candles, sweeping this liquidity and creating a breaker. Low, high, lower, low. And we have an inversion on the 3-minute. Okay, this bearish fair value gap right here got closed above on this candle. The same thing on the 2-minute. We closed below on this candle, or closed above on this candle. And on the 1-minute, we closed above all the bearish PD arrays. So this to me is an amazing sign for longs. And yeah, so liquidity sweep on the higher time frames, manipulation on the lower time frame, right? This low got swept. We created a bullish breaker, low, high, lower, low, / order block, and we closed above it on the 2, the 3, and the 1-minute chart, and the 5-minute chart. There's a little fair value gap right there. So what could happen now? Possible, guys, it is still possible that we come back down to this 5-minute fair value gap right here. So what could easily happen here is we come up, sweep this high, and then we get another fake down move to wick into this 5-minute gap and then go higher. But yeah, Right now, the beautiful part about this trade is that I'm already in from lower. I've already booked profits and it's a free trade. So I don't even care what happens in this leg of price. If I get lucky and we inverse through all of these and target the data highs, that's going to be incredible. But for now, I'm just sitting and wait. I'm waiting. It's a free trade for me, so it doesn't even matter. Even if I lose this trade and this dumps here, I'm still going to be in profit, $200. So it don't matter. Also, guys, I'm gonna stay on for quite a while. Let's see if we can get a push up here, and I'll explain what I'm looking for on the lower time frames. But if you guys are interested in trading with me live almost every single day, I do right now trade 3 times on YouTube a week, and then the best days of the week I trade in the Discord. There is a link in the description of my YouTube, and then as well as a link on my X account. Should I close this earlier if you're not sure about being bullish? That's up to you. And I'm not here to tell you guys what to trade. I'm just telling you guys how I trade. I entered here and I've already closed out half my position. So for me, it doesn't matter. But this is still a bullish breaker, which I love to see on the lower time frame. So in theory, we should use this to go higher, but that's not an excuse. If you don't know how to manage your risk and you haven't already taken some partial profits and this is not a free trade for you, maybe it's not the best thing to enter. But your risk to reward will probably be better down here if we stab into this 5-minute and then a wick. So no matter what, guys, I'm booking $200 of profit on this. So again, I pointed out this 5-minute inverse. We could come down and stab into it one more time. And if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. Still a profitable trade for me. So just because I am doing something doesn't mean you guys should be entering blindly here. It's all about, you should have been entering here when I said so, booking profits and then holding the rest. Because in reality, guys, nobody knows for sure what the market's going to do. There's going to be people out there that claim, I know the market makers. I know how the markets move. I never lose a trade. Lies. Biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. Never listen to anyone that tells you they don't take losers. It's impossible. Even ICT himself, if you guys understand ICT concepts like what I'm showing on the screen, what I trade, they're all BSers. All that you can do is execute on an A+ model and manage your risk, which is what I do every single day. Ahmed says, not following you. Actually, I entered a bit late on my own. ICT-based analysis, then got panicked, so I found you. Yeah, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe the channel. But basically what I'm trying to teach here is that if you're able to book profits, it becomes much easier to hold into drawdown, because I know no matter what that my account is going to have in this case $200 more than it did when I started, even if this loses. So it gives me the potential of drawdown, and it gives me the opportunity for much bigger wins. I kind of want to move my stop a little bit lower than this wick right here, because I think we might stab into it one more time. But yeah. So this will still be a profitable trade. It just won't be 200 bucks, but that's okay with me. Bell icon turned on. Looking forward to seeing you ahead. All right. Good, good, good. Only put on one contract, stop for break even. That's fine. I think that's a good idea. Manage your risk, guys. But what I'm looking for here is to see this 5-minute wick and then immediately see a bullish reaction. I'm allowing for this wick to get hit because if this is going to be a very bullish day, sometimes they really want to stop out everybody. So they'll bring it below a very obvious wick and then bring it higher to stop everyone out. But we'll see. And again, this is a completely free trade for me. It doesn't matter what happens. Even if this goes all the way down here, because I've booked partials on this, this doesn't matter to me. Exactly, guys. If you win, I say congratulations. It's you. It's not me. Even if you, I wouldn't suggest following my trades. I don't think it's a good idea. But even if you do and you win, it's you. You're the one that clicks a button. You're the one that manages your risk. If you lose, it's your fault. It's not my fault. It's your fault. But also you have to understand that losing is part of the game. You're not going to win every single trade. It's impossible. If you're looking for somebody to teach you how to trade that's going to tell you you're not going to lose, everything's going to be comfort, comfort, happy, happy, warm blanket pillows every single day, they're lying to you. You're not ever... There are a very few things you can do in this world to make money. You can provide a product, you can provide a service, or you can be liquidity. That's pretty much the only ways that you can make money in this world. And if you're going to do the liquidity aspect, which is trading, right? You're creating liquidity in the marketplace. Unfortunately, you're subjecting yourself to risk. And risk is an inherent part of reward. There's no reward without risk. And no matter who you're trading with, no matter who you learn from, nobody knows where the market's going to go 100%. And all you can do is manage risk. You see a model that's A+, for me it's a manipulation, liquidity sweep, bearish breaker, or bullish breaker plus fair value gap. That's an A+ model. And I execute on it. I take partials and then I leave the rest for infinity. And some days we get huge winners and other days we get stopped out for break even. It is what it is, but that's a part of being in the marketplace. And you just have to be willing to accept that risk. And so that's what we're doing here. And of course, the other issue is people don't really understand how the market moves. So they don't even know what they're looking for. And that's another reason why uncertainty and FOMO and revenge tilt trading happens, because people don't even understand what they're looking for. They don't know what their model is and they don't know how to manage risk. So when the trade goes against them, then the tilt emotion starts going in their minds and then they end up losing their asses. So that's why it takes most people years and years and years, and it took me years and years and years to be able to become profitable, because it takes forever to not only get your psychology down, but your psychology doesn't get down until you understand the market to a better extent, if that makes sense. Because if you don't even know what you're looking for and then you lose, you don't really have any reason not to re-enter the market. You're like, well, I lost, but I still think it's going to go up, so let me re-enter. But what you don't realize is that you don't even understand the market enough to know when you should cut trades or when you should enter trades or when you should hold them or when you should click the button again if you lose. It's kind of hard to explain what I'm trying to say, but hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Part of not going on tilt is truly understanding how the markets move. So you see how I drew out this 5-minute inversion here? I want to see the market wick out of this strongly. And if we can close above this high, I will definitely be moving my stop to break even here. Because I know when I get my model, if we trade into the 5-minute inversion or the 3-minute, just depends. If we don't hold this, then we're probably going to dump. If we do hold it and close above this, there is no reason that the market should come back and trade down to this low. If this high gets hit, we should completely run here, and we should go up to the data highs and the equal highs. So if we close above this on the 5-minute chart, this high, to me, there's no reason for us to go any lower. And so if we do, it's a pure FOMC manipulation day. Like I said before, there's all these Fed speakers. So the only reason that we should, if we close above this, to go down here is just pure manipulation. And at that point, I don't even want to be part of the market anymore. So again here, I'm looking for that inversion. We tagged into it. I want to see this wick hold. I want to see this 5-minute candle close above here. If it does, stop to break even. I book a free $800 in the day. And best case scenario, I book another $3,200 for this. So we shall see what happens. Oops. Do 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 do. Let's see how the rest of the market is performing while we wait for this. Anything we could sell puts on today? I might sell some puts on Chipotle, honestly. I do love this company. I think they're going to perform excellently over the future. I will alert this in the Discord, guys, by the way, if I do. How's the real estate market? Going relatively slow. I've explained this on the stream before about one of my good friends. His dad is a high-end luxury home builder in Hidden Hills. I don't know if you guys know where that is in Calabasas, but he sold a couple of years ago. He sold a bunch of houses to Chris and what's her name? Chris and Khloe Kardashian. And he has one of the most expensive homes in Hidden Hills right now. It's on the market for, I believe it started at $40 million, and they've had to reduce it down to like 30 something million. So the luxury real estate market is not doing well. And as far as the flips that I'm doing, like the single family homes below $1 million, between like 800,000 to $1.3 million, pretty slow as well, but not the same. The luxury home market is tough, but there's still people making offers. So I actually was potentially going to go in with family on a property in Temecula. It was listed for 1.1 million. And before we were even able to put in an offer, the property was already sold. So it just depends on the market itself. Depends how much bang you're getting for your buck. Temecula is like wine country. So the property we were going to put an offer on was 5 acres. It had 2 horse arenas, 3,000 square foot house, detached 800 square foot garage that we are going to convert into an ADU, and like a ton of fruit trees, hiking trails for 1.1 million. So to get that in LA, which is where I am right now, oh my God, you'd be paying probably 4 million plus, if not more. And there's not even enough land here to get that unless you're in the hillside areas. Okay, so nice up candle here. I'd love to see this hold. I'd rather not see this wick get touched. But realistically, if we are going to be bullish today, I wouldn't be surprised if we sweep this low and then get the bullish reaction to stop out everybody who's long in this whole leg of price. But we'll see. We will see. Guys, I appreciate all the likes and the subscriptions. Like I said, guys, if you want to trade live every single day, if you want access to all of my long-term plays, all of my swing trades, all of my option selling, all of my day trading, there is a link pinned in YouTube. You guys can join. There's a free 3-day trial. But yeah. Charlie, what's up? Good morning, sir. Here in Jersey, still moving. It's not that bad. Are you looking to move out of state, Greg? By the way, Charlie, we took A plus long. I already explained it. If you want to rewind the video, you can see we swept hourly sell side, manipulation leg, bullish breaker, 5-minute inversion. So everything here looks like we're gonna trend bullish, but we need to see a 5-minute close back above here, and if so, I will move my stop to break even, and I will let this run to Valhalla. Really hoping to see that today. Oh yeah. Yeah, it just depends on the market. High-end, super high-end luxury homes, not so much. But for homes priced between 800 to 1,000,003, give or take, the market is still relatively hot. Obviously, it depends on the market, but yeah. Okay, so a beautiful bullish reaction from that 5-minute inversion. I explained to you guys, this is just screen time. Are still in the trade? Yeah, we're still in the trade. Are you on YouTube, Charlie? If you are, you should see it here. But we booked, how many points is this? My entry was right here. Let me take the magnet tool off. So we booked 39 points on this, and my stop loss is at 37 points. So no matter what, we're going to be in 2-point profit. Don't care about the dollar value here. That doesn't matter. Still screams bullish to me. Got the 50% leg during the 11A macro and made a false move down. Then at least will be confirmed. Yeah, so I'm looking for a close above this 5-minute, creating a 5-minute OB. It's like a double order block too. And then if we do, then we should push at minimum into this fair value gap. And if we tag into this, realistically, we're probably going to go higher. But what I'm going to do, if we do tag into this, I will probably move my stop loss up above this order block. And then that way I'm at least booking profits on the trade. Yeah. So am I, Greg. I'm looking at a few places in Florida, Tampa, Miami, but also Austin, Texas is pretty desirable to me. I prefer to live in Florida, but the people are not as, it's kind of like more social climber. All right, hold on. I think no, not yet. My cleaning lady might be here. She's late. Okay, so still kind of trading around here. I don't like this. So this is a bullish fair value gap here in the 1 minute. I don't want to see us close below realistically here. I'd rather see this be used as a propulsion to go higher. If we inverse this, the final line in the sand is going to be this low. So if this inverses to the downside, meaning we close below the fair value gap like this on the 1 minute chart, realistically, we're going to come down and try and stop people out who are long with this wick right here. And then that's going to be the final line in the sand. But we'll see what happens. But if this ends up being a winner today, this is going to be a beautiful trade. But again, I'm totally accepting the risk here. We already booked our profits, so anything that we get from here is just icing on the cake. So I hope that you guys are learning a lesson in risk management. For those of you who have been on the stream for a minute here, this is how it's done. And if we do end up breaking structure to the upside here, this will be an opportunity for me to add to my position if I'm feeling frisky. I don't know if I will yet, but we'll see how the market moves. If we get super big displacement above this high, then I will consider re-adding on pullbacks and targeting that data high. But for now, I really want to see a bullish reaction out of this 1 minute fair value gap. And for those of you who are wondering what this is here, this is just a physical representation of the daily chart. So I'm on the 1 minute time frame here, but I'm looking at the daily candle to see how it works. Really, we want to see on this Friday a push up. We don't want to see a rejection on the daily candle here. So I'm hoping that this flips bullish and that we end up targeting the data highs, which are pretty much at the high of day. They are at the high of day, actually. Do 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 do. But this is I'm excited today, guys. Good trading day, and we have a record number of people in here. 13 people or something on YouTube, and it says 40, almost 50 viewers total. So a bunch of them are probably from X, but it's good to see. Glad you guys are interested in learning. Okay, so so let me see. We've got just under a minute till this 1 minute candle close. Realistically, we're coming down to sweep this wick, and I basically need to see an immediate bullish reaction right after this wick is touched. So I need to see the market do this very, very tiny move, and then boom. If we don't see that, then this is not going to be a bullish day, in my opinion. We're just going to kind of consolidate. Hopefully the market makers aren't watching my screen. But this is what I need to see. And so that's why my stop is right here. Again, even if we dumped here, I'm still going to be in profit for the day. It's going to be small profit, but... Sorry, not profit on the day. Profit for this trade. Let me rephrase that. But this is the final line in the sand. So we just inversed this woman into the downside. Not a good sign for bulls. Unless we miraculously just push here. But this tells me we're probably going to come down and sweep this low and this low now. And then this is like, I don't know if you guys have heard of Romeo, the scammer on X. He is the turtle soup guy. He's like, yeah, I know when every single turtle soup is going to happen. But if we're going to get a turtle soup today, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be here. This is the wick where the turtle soup needs to happen. If it doesn't happen here, then we're cooked. And the trade is not going to go in our favor. Ugh. So we'll see what happens here. This is a lot of patience here, sitting here waiting for this trade to go in our favor if it's going to. Do 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 do. Come on, markets, let's do something. We need to see a very bullish reaction at that low. Otherwise, we're cooked for the day. And that'll be my last trade. Or, miraculously, this is a fake downside move and that we're just going to pump here. But like I said, guys, if this 5 minute closes above, I will move my stop to break even. And if not, we'll book. I mean, this is going to be what? 800 minus 745, $55 on the day. It's either going to be a $4,000 trade or a $55 trade. We'll see which one it is. Come on, let's pump. Guys, I appreciate you all being in the stream. If you're liking this, make sure you give it a like. Make sure you subscribe. It really helps the channel. But yeah, I hope that you learned something about managing risk today. That's the main goal here. So we're potentially looking at, again, don't worry about the dollar value because that's not what's important here. What's important here is your risk management. We're looking at a potential 160 point move. We've already booked 30, what did we say? Let me take the magnet tool off quick. So we booked 39.5 points. At minimum, we're going to be up 2 points, right? Because the drawdown is 37.25. So 39.25 minus 37.25 is 2 points of profit. And if I am correct here, then we could potentially book another 160 points. So that'll be almost 200 points in the day if this ends up moving in the direction we want. Ooh, nice bullish reaction there. All right, I like that. I like that. Now all we need to see is that 5-minute close above. And if we can do that, it's going to be a nice day. If not, so be it. So I do like the fact that we created a BPR here, close below, and now we pushed above it. That tells me that this is probably a fake down move, but we'll see. If I'm wrong, we're still going to come down here, and then I'm basically banking on a turtle soup here. But no matter what, it's a free trade, so... And I really do hope we do get a pump today because we also have that Tesla trade that I already closed. I told you guys earlier that I was looking for that monthly rebalance. If you go to the monthly chart here, you can see this imbalance. I've been calling this for weeks, and we sold puts in the Discord down here in the 280s, 275. We're now up 50, almost 60% on these sold puts. If you guys don't know, selling puts is bullish. So we were betting for a rebalance of this. So this is just another way I create monthly income is by looking for these imbalances and targeting them. And we also took a trade up here. So we booked a nice profit on Tesla for the day. And if we do end up pumping here on NQ, that should drive Tesla a lot higher. And then we could start selling covered calls up here in this range. If we have a bigger day on Tesla, like a 10% day, up to like the 320s, we could sell some, we can get some good premiums for next week on Tesla. So that'll be exciting. Okay, I like this. I like this push up. All right, hold on, guys. My cleaning lady's here. 1 second. Show you guys the doggy. Say hi, Lulu. Oh yeah, this is my mini schnauzer. Her name's Lila. Oh, Lulu, say hi. Yeah, good girl. All right, hold on. All right, so We now swept above this internal 1 minute. Hopefully we do get a drive higher here, but again, if we dump here, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it, but at least we booked 2 points on the day. Yeah, she's really is, and she's such a sweet dog. If you guys are looking for a low maintenance, well behaved dog that sometimes barks but not really, get a mini Schnauzer. They're the best. So smart, so sweet. This one is not like, so we have two. My sister has one, and then we have the other one. But my sister's one is way more, not way more aggressive, but is more aggressive with like dogs and is more like confident, and I guess you could say aggressive, but not really aggressive. It's just she barks more and she's more dominant. But ours is super submissive and won't even hurt a fly. I have a pit bull that I rescued. Pit bulls are smart too, bro, but you got to be careful with pit bulls. I think they get a bad rap, but especially with the rescued ones, I don't know. A lot of them come from. Okay, good push here. I like to see this, guys. Love to see this. Let's go. Again, I'm basically waiting for a 5-minute close here. If we get the 5-minute close above, creating the order block here, this is going to be a good trade in my opinion. If you guys really want to move your stop to break even here, I guess you can. But for me to really see confirmation of an upside move today, I need to see a 5-minute close above this OB. Oh, damn, Tristan. So is he aggressive? Have you had any problems with him biting? Also, guys, for those of you who are just tuning in, go and rewind the tape and explain and watch my explanation for why this is an A+ setup. Study these types of days. This is the type of day you want to be studying. This is an amazing potential setup here. So it's never aggressive, but it took a lot of work with other dogs. Yeah, it takes a lot of training, bro, for sure with the rescues. And I love to see the daily candle here flipping bullish here. This is kind of like a, I think they call this a doji. I'm not really familiar with the terminology, to be honest, but when you see these like wicks to upside and downside in a small body, not a great sign. It's kind of indicates indecision, but I still think this has a very good potential going up, only if we get a close above this order block and this wick. So this next 5-minute candle is going to be super important. It's also the close of the hourly candle, so we need to see a very strong hourly close here. Of course, Ahmed, good to see you too, sir. I appreciate you guys being in the stream. Just guys, make sure you like the stream, subscribe if you found this enjoyable or if you found it educational. And I'm probably going to stay on. I've got nothing else to do until 3 p.m. probably. I do want to edit some videos, but maybe I'll do that later. But I want to sit here and manage the trade. And this will be we'll pass an eval if we get this too, which will be nice. One trade eval pass. Actually, it was 3 trades today, but still, it'll still pass the account. It should at least. We'll see. Okay, beautiful move. I would love, again, I want to see this 5-minute close above. If we can get the 5-minute close above, then we should have smooth sailing today. And if we trade into this 5-minute gap, guys, right here, this 5-minute bearish fair value gap, I will be moving my stop above this order block so that at least we're booking, what is that? An extra 560 in profits. So MT prop firm. Not sure what that means. People are saying, wow, some really good traders saying that price action is garbage today. I disagree. I disagree. Nice, Tristan. That's good to hear. Um, I don't like this reaction at that 1 minute candle, to be honest. I think, guys, I might move my stop to break even here. Yeah, I'm going to move my stop to break even here. So this is at minimum, again, going to be an $800 win. This candle should not be happening here. If this is bullish, I need to see this immediately reverse through this. So I'm going to be moving my stop to break even. So free trade, and now we just get to enjoy. If we get stopped out on the rest, so be it. It'll still be a nice win, 32 and, or what did I say, 39 points from entry to TP. Yeah, so we booked 39.5 points. So I'm happy to let this run. If it ends up going strong, great. If not, it is what it is. Still happy with 39 points on a Friday. M-tier trading personal, not today, but I do trade personal. I have cash accounts, funded accounts, and then evals. I already explained to you guys why today is not a personal account day, and the reason being, again, I'll pull up the Discord so you guys can see. I post this every single week, by the way. If you guys are interested, there is a link. But today is FOMC speakers and no red folder news, so not a good day to be trading with cash accounts, in my opinion. But nonetheless, this is how I'd manage the trade regardless. But whenever you guys see a day with no red folder news, you guys need to be either managing risk extremely well or not trading with cash accounts. But the best days of the week, I trade on Discord. So if you guys, again, are interested in all my long-term stock ads, I'm putting this so that you can see it on Twitter as well. All the long-term ads, option selling, swing trading, live alerts, and then I post my economic calendar and trading plans every week. You guys can join. There's a link in the YouTube description, in the chat, on X. It should be in my profile under the link tree. Okay, so nice 1 minute inversion here, which I like to see as well. If this ends up closing above, this should be very bullish here. And we should end up tagging this high, this high, this high, and then going higher on the day. Okay, so it looks like this is going to close above. Let's see. Got just under 10 seconds, 5 seconds until this happens. And this is also going to be the hourly close to the hourly close. We've got 3 minutes till the hour closes above. Okay, so there is the close above on the 1 minute. If you guys want to try a higher risk long scalp to this high, and I would hold past this. So that's the entry, and I would honestly hold all the way to like up here. I think if this is going to move here, this 1 minute is going to drive us all the way up to this area. So right now, if you're looking for a risk to reward trade, that's the entry. Stop loss is a close back below on the 1 minute. And I would target, honestly, you could hold till the data highs if you want, but I would target this 5 minutes fair value gap right here. Again, higher risk, but this is a 7 to 1 hour trade, so stop to break even when that high hits. Okay, so this is not quite a free trade yet, but it will be in a second. Okay, so there's the free trade. If you're in this now, your stop should be to break even with your entry right there, and just let it run. If it stops you out, so be it. But if not, this is going to run past all these highs, and then you're probably going to get and move all the way up to this high right here. So just a heads up. Beautiful trading here, guys. Love this. Who is learning from this, guys? I don't know how else to put it. This is like, I see an amazing trader right now posting on X saying that this PA is bad. I don't know how you can be saying that right now. This is the definition of A+ price action. Like, it's amazing that you can have such discrepancies between people's opinions on the market. Okay, still no close above on the 5-minute here. I don't like that rejection, I'll be honest. I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to keep my stop right above this 5-minute order block, because if we're bullish today, we should not come back down here. This is it. So booked, hopefully it will get that, what is that, 39 plus another 14, 15 points. So basically 55 points in the day if we get it. And if we end up pushing here, then it'll end up being 200 plus points, I think. Okay, and also here you can see we did come down and trade into that 1-minute inversion, so we really need to see this hold. If it doesn't, guys, then this is just going to dump. So happy to book these profits here, and if we end up getting a bigger move, it's just going to be icing on the cake, like I said earlier. Daily chart, we're flipping from very bearish to now potentially bullish here, but we need to see the hourly. Oh, the hourly did close green, did it? Hourly closed green, so at minimum I would love to see us trade up into this hourly fair value gap now. But if not, we're just going to get stopped out for 55 points. So yes, sir, you took the highs. This makes me nervous. Yeah, could be. Could be bad, but we'll see. Again, guys, this is how you manage risk. I don't care what happens here. I can just let the market play out. Okay, not a good sign for bulls. Looks like I'm going to get stopped for profit here. And there it is. All right, guys, so that is my day for today. I'm happy to see that we were able to manage risk correctly. You can see why I stopped out this trade. I didn't like that we swept this high and immediately rejected. Could this still go up? Sure. Am I interested in being part of this anymore? Absolutely not. Beautiful Friday. Hope you guys learned something. If you guys have any questions, as always, DM me. If you want to trade live every day, like I said before, all my long-term plays, all my swing trades, option selling, yada yada, and live day trade with me on the best days. There is a link in the description below for the community. And I wish you guys the best. And also rewind the tape. If you guys want to see why I took a trade, why I managed risks the way I did, you will learn quite a bit in my opinion. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. And I will catch you on Sunday in the Discord for the weekly overview. And then, yeah, we'll get back to day trading live on Monday. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Peace out. Have a great weekend, and I will catch you on Sunday. All right. Peace.